Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Terry from Trey Runs. Today we're going to look for wild edibles, morels, ramps, and maybe some fiddleheads. So come on along. It's really windy today. Well, I know that I'm probably a little bit early in this area to check for morels, but I'm going to go to a spot where I found them last year on the 24th of May. And I feel like it's a little bit warmer this year. So yeah, I would say anytime between now and the end of June in my area is a good time to look for morels. But on my way to my spot, I'm taking a little bit of a different route because I wanted to cover some new territory. And across this little valley, I can see some old car part remnants over there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to snake my way down around this little gully here and check that out. Well, I made it over here. Looks like this was an old pickup, huh? Maybe a couple parts of different cars. Crazy, it's even, other than cracked, it's still got the old glass intact. Not sure what this part is here. Oh, look at that. It's a hood or a roof. Is that the old radiator? Or the old heater or something? Huh. Interesting. I wonder why they cut it off like that. Weird. Maybe they had to cut it in chunks to haul it down here or something? There's an old door there. That's really buried in there. No, that's not a door. I think it's the back cab part. Yeah, it's like that. I'm always surprised at how well some of this old chrome holds up. Yeah, the old seats in there. All right, well, we better get looking for some edibles here because we can't eat old car parts. Well, it's funny, there's an old junk pile up there, and I recognize that junk pile. I've been to that one before. So I think we're gonna skip this and keep on headed to my morel spot. Well, if memory serves me correctly, I think that kind of leaning elm right there is where I found morels last year. But it also seems to me that there was more grass last year when I found them, which would make sense 2 years later in the season. So now I'm wondering if I am way early. We probably won't spend a lot of time looking at new ground. I think I'm just going to go to my place where we're going to dig ramps. Yeah, I definitely remember there being more grass last year, so I think we're just going to be a little bit early. But that's one of the things that I like to do, is to take a picture of the morels when I find them, and then I can go back a year later and it's time stamped, and I can look at the terrain and see, you know, how tall the grass is. Does it look like it's really green, or is it still pretty brown? Or yeah, and I don't see any morels yet. Bummer. All right, well, at least we know, right? We will come back in about a week and check. All right, well, let's make our way to the ramp spot and we'll grab some ramp. And here we are at one of my ramp patches. So we're gonna grab a few ramps today. Pretty nice ones. Got a few of those. My little foraging knife here. It's actually a homemade knife. My dad had bought one of those boxes at an auction that, you know, one of those boxes that you only want one thing in it, but it's full of other things. But anyway, this old knife was in there, and there's kind of a impression in the leather of an Indian and a design, and the old blade is from an old saw blade. But saw blades make really nice knife steel, and it's worked out as a really nice foraging knife. I've had it ever since. I use it all the time. Oh, sliced through the bulbs on those ones, but that's okay. That's a nice one. Okay, so I just opened up the van after getting some ramps, and this is what you do not want to find in your vehicle when you come back to it. I swear, if that thing would have come up my leg when I was driving, there would have been a crash for sure. I know some of you are against killing all innocent animals, and you would have just brushed him out into the wild. But I'm going to be honest, it was either my life or his, and I'm going home alive. When I left home, I completely forgot about bug spray, and I haven't treated any of my clothes yet. And of course, I've got this little bugger right here. Why I'm going to show you this one is because this is a deer tick. Well, on my way home, I have the river that runs under the road here, and in the spring, many times there's crappies that hang out in this little slack area. Came down here the other day and there wasn't any crappies, but there were a bunch of perch and there was a northern in there. And I didn't catch anything, but this is also a place where I'll collect nettles, and there's a patch of asparagus back here. So I'm gonna make a few casts and see if I can round anything up. Sometimes the fish hide on the backside of these weeds. I don't see anything tonight though. No, I don't see anything at all. So maybe we'll grab some nettles and check the asparagus patch. You can see all the nettles coming up, and this is when I like to take them, when they're about 6 inches tall. So I'm just gonna grab my knife and grab a bunch of them. Now there's kind of a trick for grabbing nettles. You know, it is called stinging nettles because they do sting, but if you're careful with your fingers, you can actually get them without getting stung. All right, I'm gonna pick some more and I'll get right back to you. He sniffed out a rock and dug it up, and now he's been playing with a rock. Because apparently his toys aren't good enough, right? So you're like the kid who plays with you're like the kid who gets all the gifts for Christmas and then plays with the cardboard box that they came in. You gonna dig that one out for me? All right, can you dig another one? Can you get that out of there? Yeah, good boy. Good boy. Show it. I really hate when you eat rocks. It cannot be good for your teeth. Stay out of the tomatillas. Go lay down. Today we are going to be making a trellis for climbing vegetables like squash and pickles, and we're just going to use some cattle panels, and it's going to be a super simple method, but hopefully it's going to be exactly what we're looking for when it's done. So we just got 2 of these cattle panels, so we're just going to pull these out, make a 2x6 frame, and put them in arched just like we have them in the trailer, and that way a guy can walk underneath them and tend to your vegetables. All right, see you in a bit. You got it? You got it? I thought we got the ones that were all equally spaced, but apparently we didn't, or maybe they don't make them. Fish?
I think so. Oh yeah.
Has it got any size to it? Oh, a little northern. Whoa!
Oh.
Well, he was kind of small anyway. How come you haven't caught any more fish? What kind of duck is that? Quick, name it. Yeah, it does look like an antler. What do you think? Should we hit the hills? I was counting on you to catch all the fish.